Our next committee is Public Works and Natural Resources, chaired by Councilmember Michael Lillquist.
Thank you, Gene. Just give me a moment here. We have two items before the Public Works and Natural Resources Committee this morning. The first of those is a request for a noise variance. Patelco Incorporated, on behalf of Puget Sound Energy, is requesting a one night of variance from the requirements of the city's noise ordinance for work on the 600 block of Carolina Street in the Sunnyland neighborhood. The noise variance is requested to allow PSE's contractor Patelco to work between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. during the evening of December 17th and the morning of December 18th of 2020. The project will replace existing power pole near 611 Carolina Street under a previously issued public works permit. As I understand it, the reason for the requested variance is that this work would result in power and service interruptions. And the hope is that those service interruptions would be easier for the affected members of the public to deal with if they occurred at night rather than during the day when they might be relying upon that electricity or, for that matter, internet service to get their work done. I hope I fairly characterized the reasons for the request. Mr. Johnson, is there more?
Nope, I think you've got it nailed on the head there, that the reason that Patelco asked for this is to hopefully minimize the disruption to folks living in this area who might be working from home or trying to go to school from home. And our staff is certainly supportive of this request and recommend approval of the noise waiver as presented.
Has there been any outreach to the affected neighborhoods already, or will that occur after?
Chad?
That will occur after, and actually Jose Cosme with Patelco is here if we have any specific questions. But yes, all neighboring property owners will be notified tomorrow if indeed this gets approved.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Cosme, for joining us. Lisa, I see your hand, and then Councilmember Vargas.
Thank you. This might be a question for Jose. I was looking at the map and I can see that we have like Trader Joe's, Colchin Brewery, and several restaurants and businesses within that mapping area. And I was wondering if the power outage would be affecting those customers, and then for how long would the power be out? I do support this because I do think with people working at home, nighttime is probably the best time to perhaps have a disruption so that it minimizes, but just a little bit concerned about some of our retailers who might have freezing and refrigeration operations, or those who actually do services at night, like breweries making their beer.
If I could just do a quick screen share just for the audience who might be watching, I can show where the affected area is, and that might help to the question. So from the council packet on page 124, the area in red is the area that would be affected. So the in between Humboldt and whatever that street is.
Iron
Street. So there are a couple of businesses through there, primarily residential. A couple of businesses there that would likely be closed during the power shutoff period. We have the Watcom 911 dispatch center, which has a backup generator available, so that would go on to backup power. But by and large, these are mostly residential properties. There might be a few businesses, but it'd be PSE's responsibility to work with those customers to meet and respond to their needs. And we expect them to do so if that was a critical issue.
Excuse me, Councilmember Vargas?
Yeah, I'd like to move to approve this. It seems like facility work that has to be done, and for ensure that there's reliability in the area. So I think this is the best option.
Hey, thank you, Pinky. We have a motion before us. Ms. Anderson, did your questions really addressed? You're good? Okay, is there any further discussion? Any other council members have questions? Okay, all those in favor of recommending tonight to approve the noise variance, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, I'll bring that forward, the positive recommendation tonight. We'll now go on to the second item, which is a rather large bid award. Bid award for the Orchard Drive extension of Birchwood Avenue. The Orchard Drive extension involves construction of a new arterial street from James Street under I-5 to the Squalicum Parkway Birchwood Avenue intersection. The city received, oh, sorry, I was looking at something and then someone grabbed the screen back. Hold on. Here we go. The city received 8 bids, which were publicly opened on November 18th. Strider Construction was the responsible bidder who submitted the lowest responsive bid, which was just about $6.6 million, including sales tax. The engineer's estimate was significantly higher, around $8.6 million. So I'd like to address that. And then also for context, this project has been in the works for a while. There were a number of reasons for delays on receiving some state funding, and it's also part of a series of public works and natural resources projects that have to do with changes to the stream bed in the area, in addition to trail work, in addition to some rezoning. It's been a project long time in coming. Mr. Johnston, would you like to begin this, or one of your engineers?
Well, I'll pass it off to Chad very quickly, and I'm sorry for the screen share disruption there. Just wanted to give some context. This is the connection between Birchwood, Squalicum, and James Street, and as you mentioned, Mr. Lillquist, this has been on the books for a long time. This is funded almost entirely through the Connecting Washington Transportation Project, or legislative package that was passed a couple of years ago. So this has been a partnership between the city and the state for a number of years. We're excited to see this move forward. And Chad can address the questions related to the bid price and the favorable bid that we received on this project.
Thank you, Eric. Yes, we've been seeing some favorable bids on our last few bid openings through the course of this year. We kind of chalk that up to, there's a lot of anxiousness out there among the contracting community and uncertainty. They don't know really what's coming. Neither do any of us, I guess I should say. And in pursuit of that, I think we're getting some really good numbers. A lot of contractors are sharpening their pencils. And I think we're going to see that, quite frankly, through the first quarter of 2021 as we all try to see where we're going in the future.
Even though the bid is low, there's no reason to think that the contractor is not capable of doing the work at this price. We saw that the first and second bidders were very close to each other. Both of those contractors who submitted those bids are reputable, competent, capable local contractors, and we're very confident that they'll be able to complete this work at the price they submitted, and we're excited to see it move forward.
Okay, I can't see, council members, there we go. Any committee members, comments or questions for this project? Pinky?
Move to approve.
Thank you. I have a motion before us to approve a $6.6 million construction project to create an arterial that will connect basically the east and west sides of the highway, which has been a significant traffic issue for us. Some of this service might actually help for first responders, as well as this will be a truck approved arterial or not, Mr. Johnston? Or
yes. Yeah. As well, it will also include pedestrian facilities. So facilities for cyclists and people walking. It's a full urban arterial standard. So street lighting and sidewalks, stormwater, utilities will be put through there as well. It's a full urban arterial standard road construction.
Will there be some physical separation or buffering for the pedestrian and bicyclists?
Chad?
Not buffering for the bicyclists. The sidewalks are off to the side, and part of it connects into the trail down there. So the trail will be separated.
Okay, thank you. Seeing no further questions, all those in favor of recommending approval of this award tonight signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that also will come forward the positive recommendation tonight. That's the end of the committee. Jean, back to you.